Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Eagle's Quest Adventures. Thank you to my new followers. I really appreciate it, and again, this enables me to be able to continue to do this. We're not yet full-timers. We would love to. We've got a few years left before we're able to move on with that adventure. So here what you're looking at is a backsplash. This is a 2019 Jayco Seneca 37 RB, B as in boy. And those of you who have seen Senecas, who own Senecas, I don't know how far back they started doing the single backsplash with tiles that weren't even grouted, but they had it in the back part of the stove. And this is a new stove, by the way, for this year, and I love it. I just love it. Let me see if I can take this. Oh. There it goes. Can't see too much of it, but it's a Furion. It's beautiful. I love it. And with the top, it allows us to have more counter space that we can utilize while we're not using the stove. So anyways, one of the projects that I wanted to do when I saw the backsplash, the original OEM backsplash, was remove it and put my own. Because I don't know if any of you ever thought about this, but it didn't make any sense to have a backsplash back here and none back here or on the side, because we all know that when we're cooking, the splatter doesn't say, hey, there's no backsplash here, so let's not splatter on this wall, but let's aim towards that wall. That doesn't happen. That's not reality. So I went ahead and I purchased the tiles. These are real tiles, beautiful, real tiles. And I laid out my design, and of course last minute I tweaked it, because I was originally going to put in these squares just along the bottom, this little design element, so I had to cut out from the tiles this area, which is just a 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, and so that little piece can fit. Now of course you don't have to do it exactly like I do it. You can come up with your own design. But this is a sheet that I cut in half. So it's the top and the bottom. I cut in half. You put it together, it's a sheet. And then I got these borders, which I really like the design. And to break it up, I just put it in the middle. And then for further popping, I put in these squares. Now back to the OEM's backsplash. For a Jayco Seneca, they're glued. I tried to remove all the tiles in one piece, but they were glued to 1/8 inch plywood, and the tiles were not grouted. They were just glued onto that plywood, and the plywood was glued onto the wall. So in order for you to remove that plywood, you have to break the tiles. So break the tiles, remove that plywood. That plywood is glued on with that black tarry glue that they use to glue these huge mirrors in bathrooms, old construction ways. And fortunately it was just 3 strips, about 1 inch strips, horizontal behind that 1/8 inch plywood, and it came off, but not without pulling off a little bit of the paper. But no worries. I mean, it's I didn't use thin set in the back. I used this new product, and I'll go ahead and put a list, and I'll put pictures on this video so you can see the products that I used. And it's a brand new product that is sticky on both sides. The flat sticky goes up against the wall, and the sticky part that has ridges, which looks like thin set that you trowel, actually goes in the front where you're going to put the tiles, attach that. And I was a little skeptical at first because I read the instructions on the box and it says, yeah, it's for backsplash, and you know what, you can even use it in showers. I go, you know what, I am just going to try this product, mainly because I didn't want the mess of using thin set. This is not my first rodeo. I am pretty messy. But you know, the final product looks good. But I am pretty messy, so I decided to avoid that mess. Now, I did cover up the counters with brown paper. They sell this brown paper that when you're doing projects on counters so you don't scratch it, or even floors, you put the brown paper down, and that way you don't scratch the existing surface. But so I glued the tiles to that sticky paper, and the instructions on the box says that you can immediately grout, and I surely did. I glued all these tiles on there and then I grouted, and I used regular grout pre-mixed. I didn't want to mix it, and it's solid. It's pretty good. And to further make it pop, I got some wood and I stained it, and I put it all around, and there you have it. So the trick to that is measure, cut, stain, attach. And I attached it with construction glue, taped it a little bit to make sure that it stays in place while it dries, and all is good with the world. So that's one of my latest projects here. I love it. It just really enhances the beauty of the RV. I know a lot of you that are looking at my videos, I always put in for you, when you search for Jayco Senecas, I put in as one of the search elements Jayco Senecas, and that way when you see my video, you'll see the different things that you're able to do in your Seneca. Now, when you undertake a project like this, the key thing here is take your time. Take your time. Don't be in any rush. When you remove that backsplash, you want to score the caulking that they have around it. And take your time. You don't want to slash the wall. And you don't want to slash your fingers. Trust me, I've been there. So you don't want to do that. So the key is to take your time. Okay? Then once you're done, don't forget to caulk the edges. This is clear caulking, and I caulked all around. So if I do spill something, it doesn't go back there. Okay? So that's a completed project. Now, a lot of you are saying, why don't you take videos as you're doing it? Well, I am so focused on my project that honestly, when I get into it, I have to finish it. And sometimes I talk to myself and I say things that maybe I don't want anybody else to hear, like maybe cursing a little bit. So you don't want to hear that. So I just do it, get it done, and here it is. Okay. Again, I'll post pictures of the products that I use, and don't be afraid to do it. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's doable. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay? Now, the other thing that I did was, let me pan over here. I know it's a little messy, but we're actually getting ready for a trip. Oh, darn, you saw my other project. Let me turn on the light. This right here. This is a bookcase that I made. I saw an empty spot here. And I said, you know what? I want to bring my books. And I needed a place for DVDs. And so I made this. I made sure that it did not impede the slide out from going in and out. And I made it high enough for books, high enough for DVDs. And I bought these little baskets. And in this basket, I actually put the remotes, which there's no remotes in there now, but hey, there you go. Here's the remotes. Okay. Ta-da! There you go. See? And I just love it because I read a lot. And how did I attach it? Well, look, guys. See this? This is a piece of wood, and it's really thick. And I got some L brackets. Let me see if I can see one. There you go. And I screwed it in. And that's all there is to it. And this thing is not going anywhere. Look. I just used it to get up. It's not going anywhere. It's on there. It doesn't move. Okay, and and I matched it. Let me tell you how I did this. This is pine. Beautiful. I love the rings on it. And the thing about wood is pick the one that has the best design in wood grain. And how I got it to match, it's really close. I know this picture doesn't do it justice, but it's really close. So what I did was I got weathered gray stain, and I got an antique, is it an antique oak or is it a country oak? I think it's country oak stain. I mixed the two together, and this is what I got. Now you can also stain it gray first, let it dry, and then do the oak, and you can get the same effect. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Came out good. Okay. Another thing that I added was, oh, there I am, up here. This is a Panasonic, not a Panasonic, a Yamaha sound bar. Now I had to get up on the top of this unit, and I actually have, let me see so I don't fall in the hole here, attached, I don't know if you can see it, like a base on there. And yes, I had to drill a hole up there because I had to run the wires. Again, excuse my mess, I'm not totally organized. I'd like to put a shelf in here. Ran the wires from the top down in there and back of the TV where it came down, and fished it right out and connected it. Yep. So it sounds unbelievable. I got that at Costco, was on sale for, well, not on sale, but regular price $149. A week later they were all gone. So I guess I'm not the only one that thought that was a good deal, and it sounded really good in the store. So, and it really enhances your experience with when you're watching TV and watching movies. Okay. Now another thing that I did was, all of you know that when you walk in to your Seneca, this scares me, guys. It really does. Because I think that if I make a wrong move, I'm going to fall in. So, I had some spare wood. Here it is. And what I did, let me grab it with my other hand. What I did was I put these like channels to keep it from moving around in that hole all the way around except for one, and that's the bottom one, and that's the one that goes against the door. It doesn't hit the door. These little things that I put on here is like weather stripping, and it keeps it in place, and I put it on here. Now this is a piece of aluminum painted it black. So that way it stops right there, and it's almost flush. Almost, not quite. Move this out of the way. Hang on a second. My kitty cat's condo. He travels with us. So what you do is you put it down, and I usually put a rug over it, and there you have it. It's almost flush. It's beautiful. Yes, I'm going to stand on it. See? I'm standing. I'm bouncing. It's all good. It stays on here. So no more fears of falling in that hole. And that's just leftover wood. So just measure the inside perimeter. And these are aluminum strips that I got at Home Depot. Self-tapping screws. You can stain it. You can put padding all the way around so it doesn't scratch up anything, and that's what I did under here and the edges. And all is good with the world. So that's something else. I'm always looking for ways to enhance not only the beauty of the RV, but also keep it safe. Keep it safe for all. Another thing that I did, and again, please excuse my mess, I'm getting ready for a trip. This is a different style of seating, which I really love, because you know, when you sit down here, you're actually facing the TV. Let me get my guitar out of the way. And you could see the TV on my throw rugs. Yes, I just washed them. I washed them after every trip. Let me get out of the way. By the way, all these pillows came with the unit. And let me tell you, there's tons of them. There's more than just this. So here I am. I'm going to sit right here. This is my favorite spot. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to face TV. And wow, all is good with the world. And when you turn that fireplace on, it's like, whoa, whatever stress you're feeling is gone. Okay. So let me take you into the bedroom. Oh, one more thing. You know how all of us are concerned about humidity in the RV? Humidity can do a lot of damage to an RV. So you want to keep it down low. Our RV is connected all the time to a 50 amp connection that we had installed in the house. Well, we say we had installed. We installed it ourselves. My husband is really good with plumbing and electrical, and I'm really good with tile work and carpentry. So we kind of complement each other. Anyway, so I bought this thing right here. I bought it at Amazon. It's an AccuRite. And right now it's 44% humidity. It's 75 degrees in here. And this thing actually tells you the high and the low right here. So the high and the low humidity today is that, and the high and low temperature is right there. When I came in here, yes, it was in here this morning, it was 91 degrees. And this is on a magnet, so it's just on the refrigerator. So anyways, I've got a dehumidifier that I have connected all the time. It's this right here. I got this at Amazon too. It's a small unit. Let me put my hand in front so you can see. And it's GB Life. And it has a reservoir in the back. And you notice it has a little bit of water in it already. And when it gets full, it shuts off. It's automatic shut off. But you remove this reservoir, you dump the water, and keep going. Okay? So another thing that I did, I don't know if I talked about it in other videos, I'm trying to cover everything, was I installed a pull-out trash bin. And all you do is remove the hardware. I remove that hardware there and at the bottom. And per the instructions of the pull-out trash bin box, you install it. Now I did have to poke some holes in the back a little bit because this thing was really long. but that's okay, it worked. And I also had to notch the trash bin right here because of the plumbing. Yes. So all is good with the world. Out of sight. Nice. Okay, so the other thing that I did is, you know, you have your pantry, which is nice. But you have so much space between shelves. So I did another shelf. You can tell right here. Okay, and I notched it right there so this thing does not move around. And it's not glued, it's not screwed, it's just in the notches that I put. I just drilled some holes in here and made notches on the bottom and put those shelf pegs. Those shelf pegs, they also sell, I saw them in Lowe's. So you can get those at Lowe's. Okay, and I did that on the top. Pantry, pull out pantry, and I did it at the bottom. I actually was able to put 2 shelves on the bottom. See, there's this one, and this one for spices. All is good with the world. Now, I don't know about your unit, but my unit didn't come with baseboards. And I have seen units with baseboards, so I don't know what happened, but I put my own baseboards. My husband says, well, why didn't you notch the corner? Well, the corners have this little protective thing on here. And, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But the baseboard, I did not do a corner cut. I did like a slant cut. And it looks good. So all the places that were missing, have one there, have one there, one there, one there, turn it around, and one there, and one there. All is good with the world. Okay, the other thing that I did was, I don't know how many of you noticed this, but hey, where do you put your towels? Where do you put your towels? So these are the towels I still have to put away. But in this closet, if you have a washer-dryer combo like I do, you don't have any more storage for anything else, no towels. So I noticed above that it was an open space like you see right here. I go, what a shame. So I stuck my hand in and I noticed that there was this board right here, and this board actually went all the way across, and it was stapled. So I took it off, I cut it, and I built the shelf, and there's that little board that's screwed into this one, and then this is screwed into this wall because on the other side of this wall is a closet. And back there, this is what I did. There's this bracket that is already screwed into the back wall, and so that's what I did. And there's actually glue on the top of this board, so keeps this in place, keeps it level, and gives me all the room I need for my towels and bed sheets. Yeah. That's what I did. Now, if you notice, this thing was hitting the wall, and I put little bumpers on there to keep it from doing that. Same here, little bumper. All is good with the world. Okay. So, in the shower, I went ahead and put that because we know that a lot of hair tends to collect in the drain, and this thing, let me pull it out, just goes right in. Oh, stuck in there. See, it goes right in there, and all the hair and gunk collects in this screen. You just clean it out. And pop that back in. So I stopped the video accidentally again. Okay, sorry guys. We're gonna have to splice these two videos. And this is not the shower head that comes with it, but this is another one from the same company that comes with this unit, and it gives you more, more variety of sprays, and it's very water consumption friendly. Now I got this mat. Even though the floor is textured, I feel a little more secure with the mat. And I put this on there. No, I do not screw anything on there. It's all what is that called? Contact. Anyways, and there's a shower wipe right there that I hang from there, and I hang this up after I wash it. Now, when you get out of the shower, let me get in here for a second and I'll show you something. Okay, so I'm in the shower, right? And I'm getting ready to come out. I'm thinking, I better be careful. Well, guess what I did? I put a little grab handle right here. I grab it, and here we go. All is good with the world. Okay. So, another thing that I did, let me be careful that I don't turn this off again, is I went ahead and installed a Dyson cordless back here, and I drilled a little hole in there to connect to the other side, right there. And I also got these, this wonderful, it's supposed to be for shoes, but I use it for all kinds of things. See, there's my hats and all that good stuff. And there's one on each side. Of course, I'm the one that gets the Dyson in my closet. Okay, so, let me take you to the front cab. Well, don't forget the shoe mat. All the products that you see, and I don't get paid by the company, by the way, but if it works for me, I'm hoping that it'll work for you. You don't have to break your head thinking, what am I going to do? So I bought this thing to put shoes on. Let me turn on the light in the cab. Okay, that's better. So we bought these what do they call it? Minimizer mats. So it keeps the rubber underneath a little bit cleaner. These mats are easy to clean. And I also made this is made out of like one of those indoor-outdoor rugs. And I made a template, and then I cut it out, and it's on there with double sticky rug tape. And this center console I ordered, and I had it installed in the cup holder, actually one here and up here. If you take this off, you can screw right through here. You're gonna need a spacer though. Anyways, so it's made by Build 5, and we needed more storage because there's no glove compartment, and there's 2 cup holders, and that's it. So, and this thing comes with another 12-volt connection there, and it comes with a USB Bluetooth connection right there. Really easy to connect. It also allows you to buy a little monitor that you can connect there, and then connect to well, it has a connector underneath the steering where it gives you diagnostics, and you can connect this I can't remember what it's called, but you can connect it, that monitor, to the diagnostic connection underneath your steering column. And this is a TST, which is a tire minder. So this tells us the pressure in the tires at all times. You can buy those tire minder connections for your tow vehicle as well, and set it up on that, and it's really handy. I really like it. So this up here, again, it's outdoor rug, and I created a template so I can put on the dash, since my kitty likes to climb on here. So, well, that's it. If you have any questions, or if you want me to show you anything else, I know I have a new follower that is in the market for a Seneca. So if you need me to measure anything, or just give you a peek at anything else that you might have any questions on, I'd be more than happy to do that. Okay, so I think this video is long enough. Let me end it. And if you like it, give me a thumbs up, give me a follow, and again, if you have any questions, just pop them in there, and I'll answer it for you, and best way I can, even maybe shoot you a video. Okay, everybody have a wonderful day, wonderful rest of the week, and enjoy your journey. Life is short. Bye, everybody.